piece there.
You just finishing up the seat brackets?
Yeah, finished welding those up. The bungs in, and we can start on the floor now.
Oh, we're gonna do the floors now?
Well, start with patterns and stuff. I gotta get the exhaust back in here. So we know we gotta get around that. I gotta cap off the end here. Then we'll be ready.
That's awesome video.
I know how to cut it. Push the button.
Stop talking shit.
Turn everything off. Mark's using the stop shit.
Looks like it fits.
Transfer all these lines.
So what are you doing now?
Transferring. So I punched holes because my pattern's like this in the car, and I drew the pattern on based on the cross, the frame and the floor. So I want my bead roll to be here. I laid it all out. Poked a hole at these intersections so I can lay it down exactly on here and transfer all them punch marks. Now I got my exact bead roll line.
So everything lines up perfectly?
Yeah, that way because in the car floor, this is the back frame, this is the center brace, and this is where the seat, the seat is bolted in there. Matter of fact, I gotta get a hole for the other seat holes too, now that I'm looking at it. And then that way this will be the bead roll, and there'll be a 1.5-inch border all the way around, spacing so that it looks symmetrical and centered in that frame piece. Now all I gotta do is connect the dots. See my little punch marks through the cardboard. Right there.
Yeah, I see it. Okay.
And they should all line up this way. Of course, I shouldn't have drawn it all the way across, but
So how do you know which wheels or dies to use? Is it just experience or?
Yeah, just know which one to do what. The bead rolling, this is what I always use. This is for crowning and tipping and doing all kinds of other things. But actually, I use these too. I was using these too. Gets me, I don't know where the other half is.
Well, it's more rounded.
Yeah, it gets it more of a deeper. There it is. Like I did these on that truck there. But our traditional ones are these. I'm gonna push this down, right? Come on, Tim, this is a quiz.
You're asking the photographer?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm supposed to ask you.
You've been around this stuff enough, you should know.
Ask this guy.
What's up? Turn the
Yeah.
light. Does the light still work?
Oh, turn the light on. Oh man, we even got power up on here. What happened? Somebody stole our screw.
Yeah, somebody needed that more than us. They took it off the damn equipment.
No, I was asking Tim, I said, is that gonna be down now, or can you tell? He's not sure.
That's gonna be,
Well, sit right
yeah,
there.
that's gonna be down, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, you got an A.
Got an A
You
for
work on an A+?
photography and an A on B-rolling.
Got an A for today. You want an A plus?
Sure.
All right, roll it down here and make this corner.
Doing shit.
Well, you don't get an A plus.
I'll stick with an A. I'm happy with an
Our
A.
radio back on.
You don't understand, we work with the youth.
I don't need extra credit.
You don't need extra credit?
I'm a cameraman. I don't get my hands dirty.
Man.
That's your
We're
job.
going forward here. Sucks. Always one turn, it seems like. Doesn't go right.
It didn't go right.
Yeah, I gotta catch on something or like that, like I let off the pedal too soon.
Probably doesn't help that the panel starts to distort.
No,
It's no longer square.
fix all that. I could have pre-stretched it, but we're gonna put a brake on this corner and that corner, so that's gonna straighten a lot of it out. I'll hammer and dolly this a little.
trying to figure out the basic shape of the back here now.
Yeah, this is just making templates, you know. You make these.
It's like a Baja truck. The radiator is going to be in back.
Yep. Yeah, so we're just doing the cardboard template like we always do. And then once we get everything figured out like we think we like it, then we will turn the cardboard into metal. This piece here, this is going to be a combination of shit. So these pieces on the bottom are welding to the frame, so all this will be made out of steel. All the top pieces that aren't welding will all be made out of aluminum to keep it light. So we'll have aluminum and steel going on, but the steel's all on the floor pans right now. So this is going to be part of a floor pan. This will eventually be cut out through here for the drive shaft tunnel to come through, but this section here will be sliced into and it'll rotate around to here. So from the outside of the car, the air will flow through, come into this area with this tunnel going back will force the air up and into there. On a drive force going forward, it'll be funneled into that wedge and have to go out the radiator. All this will be all boxed in. So you'll have to go out the radiator there, and then there'll be enough air in this pocket that if we're around town driving or sitting in traffic, the electric fans will be on. They'll be sucking air out the pocket, and they'll also get fresh air through here. So while driving top speed, we'll have plenty of flow, and then there'll be a big air cavity to feed the radiator when the radiator's got the electric fans on, when it's not getting forced air. So we should be all right there. This is a bulkhead. All these fittings will go into here. This is the coolant lines. And then also, can't forget, this is the AC line, because the AC condenser's got to be back there. So lots of crazy stuff going on here. A little bit different than our normal builds. But on Tiffany, the shop truck, we have the radiator in the back on that one too. So it's all kind of the same thing. This one's just a little more complex because it's inside a car, and we're trying to bring the air from the outside, where Tiffany's radiator's in the bed and there's just a hole in the bed floor where the air can get through. Same kind of thing, just a little bit different. All right, so what we're doing is some like X-ray vision, trying to think way ahead of everything and everybody. So what I'm working on is what this panel right here will visually look like, because we're gonna cut this, and this piece is gonna roll in and be like an air scoop. And I don't want it to roll in too hard, and you don't want it to roll in too faint. But my picture is kind of just a gradual roll in. Well, with the kick up in the frame, because the car's so low, the gradual roll in my original vision is not going to work, because it's not going to give me enough air up into the radiator, which I want, because the frame kicks up so high because all the suspension's up in there. So I'm going to have to roll it a little more aggressive than what I was thinking. So what I have here, if I get you to look down in here, and I will point this out the best I can. So if you can picture that this cardboard that you see in there is going to be this outside skin, right? So this is the outside skin now, right? So if we cut everything and we roll this in, and you can see down through here, you can see the roll in. If I put it on these marks, that's going to be 3 inches of airspace. And then I can come 4 inches, 5 inches, 6 inches. But at 6 inches, that's pretty aggressive roll. If you look through there, it's going to make a big cavity. And the outside panel, if you can imagine that this cardboard is attached out here and rolling in, it's going to be a very aggressive roll in. I don't necessarily like that. So I'm probably going to shoot for that 4 area and try to make that look cool. If you look down in there, I know it's hard to see, but you can see the roll of that, how that outer body is going to roll in.
Yeah, you can kind of see that.
And then that's going to leave the air from the outside when you're driving will roll off that body and come into here and out the radiator. So trying to picture all that ahead. So I got to picture how that's going to look, how that's going to function, and then also how I'm going to make all these panels and make them removable so we can access everything. And then I'm also got to thinking way ahead when we go to upholstery, how the upholstery person can actually upholster the panels, which I'll have all the panels made that cover over all of this and make it look all fancy and kind of interior-ish. Will be like a backseat delete, but that backseat delete will be covering all the airfoil that we have going on under here, all the mechanical shit. So that's all what's going on right now. It looks like it's going slow. I'm like, man, that car ain't moving very fast, but it's like a lot of brainiac stuff, what I call it, trying to picture how the outside's going to look, how the inside's going to work, and way down the road, how the interior guy is going to be able to cover all of this stuff. So a lot goes into it. It's not just grabbing a piece of metal and bending it. A lot of thought goes into it before we grab a piece of metal and bend it. And with all that time in the thought, we hope that we bend the metal the right way the first time. But I think we got it. And then that covered canopy, that massive airspace, it should pull plenty of air, have plenty of movement.
Right.
But I
So
think,
is the side going to be so open that you could see through the car, through the side?
yeah, but that's what I'm
If
trying.
side profile, you'll be able to see through the car.
Yeah, yeah. Well, what I was originally visualizing is a corner effect, but the frame comes out so far. The frame is out as far as the damn opening.
Oh,
So there's going to be a straight section, and I'm trying to roll that in to be tight. But yeah, if you were to get over there and shine a bright light, you'd probably be able to see it come through over here. So that will pass all the way through. So the air will come in and collide and then go out the back, out the radiator.
Would it look dumb to make this thicker so that you could get a little bit of curve in you?
And we may, that's why I say, that's why I said before we make all of this and it not work with what we got in there, we'll build from the center out, and then we know all that's working. Now we just got to make the outside look cool to work with that. You know, even if we left it there and made like a scoop forward, like a bolt-on carbon fiber piece or something that was kind of more forward, just to block it a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I don't want this to get too heavy
I
looking.
know, that's what I was.
We'll play with tape and stuff, but
Like here, you can't go in there like you said, the frame right there.
the frame's huge in it. So, but I'll paper that one up, and then I'll let you know before I cut the outside
Okay,
panel.
yeah, I definitely want to see that.
So once we cut that outside panel and cardboard from there, everybody will be able to get the
Yeah.
visual impact.
Yeah.
And I know some people will be like, oh man, and then they'll want it to be tightened down and it won't have no function. So it's still got to have function,
Right.
but it's going to be one of those things like you just cut a big hole in the middle of the car, so it's not going to look right until it's completed, and then it'll have more flow. But right now you're going to be like, what are these guys thinking? And hopefully we're thinking it right. I think we'll get through it. We'll make it happen, Captain.
A little more exaggerated than you originally thought.
Just this outside hole, you know? Like all this stuff, you know, I was picturing coming in, but this panel, like if this was the outside of the car, I was just picturing it a slope, you know, a gradual come in. Well, with the frame right here, I can't do that gradual come in and have enough air cavity. I have to roll it a little harder. And it, you know, who knows, it may look really cool, you know, like the Ford GTs had that cutaway in the body where you can almost see all the way through.
Yeah.
And it's just a cosmetic thing with some air, the wing on the back and everything, little air force to the ground. Well, this will be kind of rolling like that. And yeah, if you get your angles all just right, you'll be able to see all the way through the car, which would be kind of
I think
wicked
it'll look
looking.
cool. Yeah, if it's like the Ford GT.
Yeah. Except Ford GT's going that way, but no, it'll be cool and functionable. So there'll be some stuff right here, you know, all our lines and everything will be coming through here, and it'll kind of distract your view, but light could possibly pass through. If you could see around the corner, you could be able to see all the way around and through the car. Things gonna end up being pretty neat. Just got to get it all figured out to where it's actually going to function right. And we'll be in there. Says everything's gonna be all right. Hell yeah. It's Cowboy Wednesday.
Do some carving.
Hard one to get up in there.
This little stool's handy.
Hell yeah. All right. Make a little noise. Make a little noise. Do a little dance. I'm gonna have to drill a little hole. Tim turns off our radio, we'll make our own songs. Make a little noise, do a little dance.
Just
Let's
don't-
get down tonight.
Don't sing copyrighted songs. We're still gonna get a copyright.
Oh,
You gotta make some music up.
my singing's so shitty they can't compare it to that.
That's very true.
There's no copyright. They're like, this dude didn't copy nobody. Ready?
Let's do it. Let's go. Bless you.
Now we can get our window unit AC in.
What's that?
Huh?
What'd you say?
Now we can put our window unit AC in.
Oh, that'd be good.
That's nice, huh?
Mark was just talking about
See if
leaving those
it'll
vice
hang out
grips
here,
on the...
drip water, and wipe all the people we're racing out. And then it'll grab air and push it in for us.
That'd be awesome. Mark was just talking about the vice grips on the up there, leaving them and cutting holes in the hood. We'll
Right.
have fucking window unit ACs. hanging
Window
out.
unit AC, AC on one side, heat on the other. Real cool. So this guy loves pets. You know how you put the pet doors on your door?
Put doggy door.
So
in.
like we could just pull up to the rest stop and this pet can get out and take a dump and hop back in.
You know what? I bet there would be a market for that.
Probably my wife would buy one.
Your wife.
All you had
one
to
of
do
them.
is put a little dog paw on it. She'll buy, oh, I need this for my Jimmy. So, if I can find that paper that I once had. I think we threw that way away. This is just a little junk piece of paper, but as we were saying earlier, on that outside panel curving in, this will let you see it a little better. So I try to squeeze this in here somehow to get it to hold. That'll work. Paper's a little narrow.
Let's just come in and
I'll try to get on two. So now you see the way it's gonna roll in. And this side will come all the way out to the scoop. It'll be on there like that. You can see it through the car, or I can make it more. So the more I make it, the bigger of a hole, and starts to look kind of junky. So tighten it up. Looks a little better.
Yeah, that'd be cool looking. That'd definitely look like that Ford, the new Ford GT.
Yeah, it'd be something along them lines. And it just kind of swoops in, and you get a little like three-dimensional effect going on there, you know. Be like, wow, what is that? And if we put a little scoop here, you know, help kind of bring that down, you know, the openness. Like I said, that'll all be filled in. Swoop it around, make this a little bit thicker, and they'll all jive together pretty good, I think. So now I gotta cut this piece all out in a bigger piece. That'll be laid in there.
Yeah, it's gonna look cool.
And like I said, once these panels are in, you know, this panel will be here. The interior panel will come over all of this and make it all finished really nice on the inside. So on the inside, it'll look like just a two-seater car with all upholstered panels. From the outside, it'll be like you can see all the way around to the other side of the car. But on the inside, you won't be able to see that because it'll be covered over. So that way, none of the air is going to go in the cabin of the car. All the air will go into the car and then out the radiator.
Gotcha.
Nothing will go in and blow your guy's hair from the back. It'll all be sealed off on the inside. Driving in the rain or whatever, all the water that will go in there will have drains. Nothing will get to the interior. It'll have a nice leather interior, all sealed off from the elements of the outside, even though there's a hole in the car. That's the thing of thinking way ahead. All of that has to be thought out, how it's sealed, how it's weather tight, where the drains are gonna be. Same thing for the vents in the deck lid. The air has to come through the radiator. So in another episode, we'll get to where we're cutting the deck lid out and putting all the vents in. So if you took the radiator out of the equation, you could be able to see from the deck lid all the way down and out the side of the car. Just like you see around through the car, you'll be able to see up and out of here, but the radiator will block your view on that. So being said, you're washing the car or you're caught in the rain, it's all going to rain in and go through the radiator and then come out our drains that drain everything else. And with all of that in the trunk, we'll still be able to fit some golf clubs, hopefully. But which is now the trunk. That used to be the trunk, now that's the trunk. We're all confused on this one, but we got a lot of junk in the old trunk, so we can put a little junk in the new trunk. Experimental craziness on this early morning. Don't know if she's gonna work or not, but we'll give her the whirl.
That's a crazy bend.
Yeah, we're trying to lay it over to follow the angle of the rear wheel cutout. So we don't want it to go straight, we want it to lay over, so we put that curve in it.
Oh, okay, I see it now.
Over to follow that angle. Have it.
I see it.
Lay down. I might have to trim on it and finesse it, or maybe my math's way off. I don't know. We'll find out.
One way to find out.
So far, we're rocking and rolling.
Thanks for watching. If you want to see more build videos like this, help us out by liking, commenting, and subscribing to our channel. And it's a little thing to do, but don't forget to turn on those notifications. If you want to buy merch, go to store.classiccarstudio.com. See you next time.